B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh V'Natzliach. Harav Netaneli Shlita brought a story, wonderful story from Harav Israel Baal Shem Tov Alav Shalom, that one day he was walking with his students, Talmidim, and all of a sudden a very strange wind blew, and this wind was not something normal during that time. And Harav Baal Shem Tov Alav Shalom turned to his students and told them, "You know why this wind blew? You know why this wind came?" And he explained as follows, that there was this worm, that a piece of leaf fell on him and he couldn't move, and the sunshine was so hard and difficult on the worm that the worm cried out to Hashem, "Hashem, please save me." And for that little worm, Hashem blew the wind. Hashem removed the wind, removed the leaf by that wind, rescuing the worm. So from here, we can understand if HaKadosh Baruch Hu has so much rachamim, mercy, on a little worm, how much more so He has mercy on us, on Am Segula. So if somebody goes through difficulties in life, he should remind himself that Hashem has my best in His mind. And perhaps there is a greater reason why a person goes through difficulty in life. Hashem doesn't want any person, any being to suffer. And perhaps this is a kapara, this is a tikkun for that individual's sins, or for Klal Israel, or it could be the previous Gilgulim, if I may add. Another thing that one needs to keep in mind, and is very good for Parnasa, livelihood, is that a person should avoid wasting that which can be used or reused. There is a isur of shemirat ochalim me'ibud. The person needs to make sure not to let the food or any object or anything that can be used to be thrown away. And this is a Baal Tashchit. It's a big, unfortunately, problem that we see in the United States and many countries, that unfortunately, due to having so many things, people don't appreciate what they have. There is an excessive amount of food that goes into garbage, unfortunately, especially at the semachot, at happy occasions. All sorts of different fruits and things that get spoiled and they are not good anymore after the party. And particularly, a person needs to be very careful about bread. One needs to make sure that bread doesn't go waste. That the bread, if bread goes waste, is known that could bring a niyot, could bring, can make a person ani, poor, lo aleinu. So what are the ways that one could safeguard himself? Baruch Hashem, we have access to freezers. So if somebody has something left over, he cannot have it for now, he cannot put it in the refrigerator, or he wants to freeze it, that could be used. Put it in the freezer and use it later. Or if it's not edible anymore, it's not good for us, give it to the birds, give it to the animals. One needs to be careful not to put bread on the way of a person walking. Should not be on the floor that gets stepped over. And one needs to train himself not to perhaps put too much food in his plate, or in the plates of his children. Don't put the food that you put for adults for children. This way you control the waste. Or if something is left over and you can't have it, perhaps you could mix it, you could grind it, you could put it in the salad, you could do things in other ways to reuse it. Or if we have party or something and there is a lot of food left, find out those organizations or those people who are in need of food. There are many individuals, and you will be surprised, even here in Los Angeles, there are families that they are hungry. So you could reach out to them, you could share with them the wealth that you have, the food that you had left over. Of course with kavod, with respect, if I may add. So one needs to be careful not to order too much. Or as we see in the weddings and semachot, there is so many different types of food. Order that which you know it's going to be used. Don't order too much. The waste could be on electricity, could be on water, gas, any of above. If it's not used properly, left on, is considered wasting. Harav gave an example that if a person is washing dishes, should not just leave the water running and go get the phone. So as much as we are careful about avoiding waste, the more we careful, the more HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to keep our Parnasa from being wasted, from getting lo aleinu lawsuits, right? From having our money used for things that we really don't have to use it. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to save us. Another example could be, if you have disposables, don't let it go waste. Make sure that the disposables also used properly. So Be'ezat Hashem, in the zechut of Shemirat Ochalim Me'ibud and any other objects, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should shower us with Parnasa Tova, V'nomar Amen.